Alright, hello and welcome to the Game Fanatics podcast. My name is Ben. Today I'm joined by Breezy.
Hello.
We are going to discuss an interesting poll. I find it, I think, more interesting than Breezy does.
Yeah.
It's a survey about Americans' use of technology. And I don't know, I find polls interesting like this to see what, demographics and stuff. Is that not interesting?
It depends on the type of poll.
Alright.
This is so stupid because we're saying poll and I'm thinking of all types of different polls. I'm like fireman's poll, stripper
You would have
poll.
been more interested in any other poll, basically.
No. I mean it has. Okay, yeah, you're
All
right.
right, all right. Well, the main thing on this poll is the shocking statistic that in 58% of American homes there exists a VCR. Now, I thought that was really high because VCR is kind of old, but Breezy, you kind of alluded to a good point earlier before we started that you kind of just have a VCR lying around.
Yeah, and then the next thing is a lot of people. I find that it's the generation before us, so our parents are the ones who still have these VCRs and stuff
Yeah.
because at the time that was cutting edge, so they had it to record, graduations, performances, and whatnot. And my parents still have one because they're big Disney fans, and so all their entire collection is mostly on VHS, and they won't let me convert it all to DVD because they're like, no, you could damage the tapes, don't touch
You
them.
could
And
damage the tape. It's like, Mom, I can just buy this on Blu-ray. I don't know what your
yeah, but
issue is.
they're hardcore they're VHS nuts, and they like their VCR player. Even though we have a DVD player, well, we don't have a Blu-ray player. And then I never really saw the purpose of Blu-ray, but anyway, yeah, VHS. I'm not surprised by that at all, really.
Well,
I think it's actually slightly higher than what this poll revealed.
it might be. It might be. It was up. It was up. It's down from 88% in 2005.
Because the next thing is, what age group are they asking? Because in 2005, I mean, that could have been the parent generation, and then
Hmm.
2013 this is the kid generation,
I
or
don't know.
the generation that was the teenagers back then.
It's households. Whatever a house. How old is a household?
Yeah, but it's still, that still is dependent upon who lives in the house. Like I said, it could be a bunch of 22-year-olds or a very tech savvy that they asked, or it could be some guy in
That's
his
what they do these
50s.
polls. They get a survey size, like an appropriate sample demographically.
I don't know.
Those are words that exist. Anyway, another thing is that when asked if these people had a video game system, only 41% had an Xbox or a PlayStation. So more people still have a VCR than have video games.
I think that's a loaded question, and I think most people don't understand what they mean by video game system.
Maybe. Well, the question is worded as a video game system such as an Xbox or a PlayStation.
I think they're saying such as, and maybe I'm reading too much into it, but I feel like they listed such as these are examples of video game systems you may own. Because would we consider a PC a gaming system?
That's a good question. I probably wouldn't right off the bat say
And then
that.
you have iPads with Angry Birds on it. So it's because my nephew or my cousin, right now, he has a cell phone. He's only 7,
What?
and all he does is play Angry Birds on it.
Uh,
So it's he has no call. Well, he has some calling features, but not a lot, not any really. And all he does is play Angry Birds on it. So it's I don't know. I feel like most of the people that probably answered to this poll was no, I don't have an Xbox or a PlayStation. Meanwhile, they're playing Farmville.
yeah, but wouldn't you rather have people playing an Xbox? I think it's a more interesting statistic to see who has what.
Not really, because it's too blanket of a statement.
You just don't like
It's not
surveys.
direct enough. I mean, it's a video game system such as, okay, I don't own an Xbox or a PlayStation, but I got a Wii. But because I don't own an Xbox or a PlayStation, no, I don't have a gaming
Do
console.
you? What's your opinion on Family Feud?
Silly show.
Just kidding.
It's a
Just
silly
curious.
show.
I just don't think you like surveys very much.
No, it's not that I don't like surveys. It's just they're very. I prefer when a question is Do you like this? Yes or no? Not
Yeah.
do you like pizza, such as Hawaiian,
Such as
such as,
pepperoni.
or something like that. It's like, I don't like Hawaiian or pepperoni. So it's like, can I still
Do
mention
you
cheese?
who do you
So
think are these people taking the survey that are like, well, I don't,
very stupid
I
people, to be
guess
honest with you, because most polls are a bunch of stupid people. Most of
I
them.
do have to assume this was done over the phone, which automatically like discredits half of the results.
I don't know. I wish there was more information. Like, all right, this is the age group we asked. This is the areas
I'm
that
sure
we
that
asked.
exists, but this is just one chart. There's like 8,000 charts here, Breezy.
There's only one chart.
There's a chart. I went to their stupid polling thing.
You went to the actual
I
website.
got
Website.
this. I'm looking at the demographics of internet users right now. So we can see the percentage of people like over 65 that
Okay,
use
here
the
we go.
internet.
Yeah, here we go. So the youngest American adults, those age, okay, general differences in technology ownership. The youngest American adults, those age 18 to 29, favor a different portfolio of technology devices than the older compatriots do.
Ooh, compatriots.
Smartphone ownership among the young is nearly universal, 88%. So yeah, basically, and I mean, there's a little bit more here I could go into reading, but like, this is what I was saying. So it's like, I don't.
It's just waiting for old people to die.
Yeah, kind of, sort of. Sadly, I mean,
Hmm.
because I think I don't know. I have a bunch of movies on VCR. That's how we still have one, like I said, and I don't see myself getting rid of it anytime soon. Because I actually have one in my room, but I needed money, so do
Where
that.
do you like? Do you live in a time portal or something to where you have this VCR?
No, no, no. Like, because like the thing was, my parents were really big into movies. So like, when a movie came out, VHS, they went and watched it. Like
Yeah.
right now, our VHS collection, just Disney alone, is like 125 odd
All right.
tapes.
I don't think Disney has that many movies, but I understand. Yeah.
Dude, I will take photos of it and give it to you. Like, there's a lot of fucking Disney tapes in this house. And then obviously you got to like the sci-fi shit, which my dad was into, which was like the Star Trek, Star Wars,
Yeah.
Godzilla, King Kong, all that crazy like kaiju monster shit. So there's just like we had like our DVD collection is like 50 maybe, if that. Like they're just big into
But
VHS.
isn't it annoying to it's like watching it in full
No,
screen and like
no, because all of it scales. Because like you because like we have a TV,
it's true.
we have a we have a TV in the living room, a fairly large TV. And even when we put a VCR, VCR in the VCR, even when we put a VHS tape in the VCR, you know, it will scale to like 4:3 or whatever, automatic.
Yeah.
But even the VCR has an aspect ratio that you press a button and it changes. It's the same thing with DVDs. Like I bought the like not the collector's edition of Lord of the Rings, but I bought one of the DVDs that had like an extra 4 hours of footage or some
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
And the shit played at 16:9 when I first put the DVD in, and I was like, no, I don't want this. How do I go to full screen? And the DVD didn't have the option, so I just set my TV to fucking full screen, and that's how I got rid of it.
Wait a second. You
Yeah,
didn't want to watch the movie in widescreen?
yeah, I don't like widescreen with the two black boxes underneath. I don't like
You
that.
have a widescreen TV?
It has a widescreen feature, and it will go in widescreen, but I prefer to watch my stuff in full screen. I do not like widescreen at all.
Uh,
Unless it's like on a really big ass TV. Like that's the only time I'll find like to me widescreen
uh,
should only be on 50 inches and above.
I'm really confused as I don't even I don't you're breaking my brain.
You know what widescreen is? It's the 16:9 with the letterboxing.
Yeah,
I
it
don't
doesn't
like
have letterboxing if your TV is 16 by 9.
my it is 16:9, but the DVD was but okay.
But the DVD is in a different so it still has bars at the top and the bottom.
Yeah, so I had to stretch the picture.
Gotcha.
There you go.
All
Now
right.
okay,
Now
we
I'm with you
explained it.
cuz
Yeah. I don't like that. Like it had like the only time I find that acceptable again is on like 50 inches and up because there's just so much picture going on
I
that
understand. All right, now I'm with you. Now I'm with you cuz some of these
okay.
movies are in this like crazy resolution that's like really squeezed.
A good example of that was Pacific Rim.
Well, that's filmed in IMAX. So it's
It
16 by
was, but the theater I saw it in, they had it in like that boxed out shit, and I hated it
9.
like that, and I couldn't enjoy the movie. But then I got the DVD, and I enjoyed it a lot more on my TV at home because it was full screen.
Yeah, it was all filmed in IMAX, which for some reason is just 16 by 9. I don't even know what the fuck. Why are movies at different resolutions?
It's the cameras. I took
Well,
a
I mean, I know
class.
why. Like, it's the cameras, but why can't we have a standard?
16 by 9 is the standard for filmmaking, and it's 24 frames a second for film.
Yeah, but all these movies, they're not 16 by 9. They're like 120, whatever the fuck.
Not everybody can afford a film rated camera, though.
Ugh.
I mean, because some of the footage in Lord of the Rings, the recent one, like the Desolation of Smaug.
Schmaug.
I always say his name like that.
I don't know what it is, yeah.
Good movie though.
Yeah, it was.
Some of the barrel scenes in that film were shot with a GoPro.
But why? Like, that was all CG.
Well, because it's cheaper to wreck a GoPro than it is a $24,000 camera.
That was a really cool scene.
It was,
I
and
really-
you know they simulated all of the water. Like I have a love-hate relationship with Weta Digital, and like all the gold coins were CG.
Oh, totally.
All the
Like,
water
half
was
the
CG.
movie was CG.
Oh god, I love Smaug. I so want to watch those guys make and build that dragon and like animate it.
Yeah.
Because his eyes alone were insane.
They did a really good job. I don't think I've seen better CG. Like, for sure.
Yeah, nobody has done. Although the new Godzilla might do it. It comes out in May.
Maybe.
I think it will be. Have you seen the trailer for it?
I did. I liked the trailer. It was all right.
I think it'll do it.
It looked good. But it was all, like, dusty and dirty and, like, cloudy.
He's destroying the city.
Yeah, but I mean, it's easier to be like, oh, that looks really good because it's covered in a cloud of smoke.
You have a point.
Yeah, I mean, that's all I'm saying.
The roar was the same though, which was like yes.
That was cool. That's cool.
Yeah. But yeah, VCRs, they're in the house.
In the house. I can't even remember the last time I watched anything on VHS.
Shit, that's a good question. When was the last? Oh, I know what I watched last time. Well, my sister was up here.
Well, you don't count because you have one.
Yeah,
Well, maybe
but
that
doesn't mean I
doesn't count.
watch it. I have one, you know. I have a vacuum cleaner too. Doesn't mean I use the fucker.
Yeah, I agree with that with my vacuum cleaner that just sits around.
I think the last time we played it had to be around like December, maybe November. My sister came up.
Okay, so your parents are big movie people, but no one releases VHS on movies or whatever.
Not anymore, but at the time, that was the way you. I mean, because like right now we have the original. I don't even know how to say this, but like we have like the day like a day a Disney movie was released on VHS, they went out and bought it. So like we have all the original quality shit. None of the stuff is like retouched up and stuff like that. It's almost like the Star Wars scenario where you got George, because like we're remaking the Lion King now with extra vibrant colors, and it's like it's not the same movie because it feels too sharp, too crisp. But then you watch it on the ones we have, and it's like, oh, nostalgia to the max because they're fucking up on stuff. Because like, what was the there was a Red Riding Hood one with like
Red Riding
foxes or some shit.
Fox and the Hound?
No, it wasn't Fox and the Hound. It was a Red Riding one with a fox.
A Disney movie?
Yeah, it was. I think it was Disney.
Hmm.
But like the guy was making all the sounds and stuff with his mouth, and they were talking. I think either they did it or they were talking about doing. I was reading somewhere, but they were talking about going back in digitally and adding sounds for like all the stuff that the dude did with his mouth with actual real life sounds of these items, like a helicopter and all this other shit. And I'm like, nah, dude,
Oh, that's stupid.
but that's the shit George Lucas does.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna have Darth Vader scream no at the end.
I
of
like the
fucking
no.
scene.
I like the no.
It's funny. It's like no.
No. He's I don't know. Whatever. See, this ended up being more of a movie discussion than anything else.
Well, I mean, what is there to say about this? I mean, the only interesting thing, well, not only interesting thing, but something I find funny is that like the cable TV didn't change. So like 2005, 68% of people had cable TV, and then in 2013, 68% of people have cable TV. And I'm willing to bet the 68% have it because it was bundled into their fucking internet
Yeah.
pack.
And it's the same people. It's the same 68%.
Exactly. That's why I feel like there's no way. Like, I feel like this poll just asked the same group of people, but changed a few things.
You think this is just a lie? Like they just made up these data? And
Some of them are true, but yeah, I feel like most of it's bullshit. Like, honestly, I do, because it's like only 73% of households have wireless internet access, and it's like, really only 73%? I could like scan my area right now, and I have at least 25
yeah,
networks behind me.
like every single router or whatever their ISP gives you has Wi-Fi now.
Exactly. So it's like, I don't. 73%?
There was another graph I saw somewhere that said 3% of people still had DS or dial-up.
I believe that. My grandmother had it for a while.
I think that's too low. I think more people still have that.
Wait a minute. In 2005, 19% of people had iPods or or an MP3 player, and now in 2013 they have 45. I don't believe that statistic whatsoever.
That statistic seems wrong because like that should be like reversed.
High school,
Everyone had
that
an MP3
shit,
player.
everyone had it.
Agreed.
College, not so much because they could just play music on their iPhones.
But I think that
So
still kind of counts as an MP3 player. But then that goes back
sure,
to your original point of like, are people counting that?
they're probably not. They're probably looking at the actual device that plays MP3s.
Yeah.
That's why I feel like this test, while it's
All right. So we disproved this whole survey. It's bullshit. You can just go about your lives. Um, just, just ignore it. I mean, fuck data. Just go. I mean, do what you do. Don't let anyone else tell you
They're saying
otherwise.
they need to be very, because people are stupid. Like, not all people, but people are genuinely stupid when you ask them a question and you don't specifically specify what you're asking them. If you're not direct to the point, then they just go off on fucking tangents, like I do all the fucking
Yeah,
time.
you do. All right. That we got it. We gotta stop.
Exactly.
Gonna end this train right now. All right. Because we're new on YouTube, Breezy. I don't know if you can tell. During this recording, we're on YouTube somehow.
What was this, a live stream?
No.
I've
No,
done it before. I've done recordings like this before.
I know. I'm just messing with you.
Okay.
All right. So you can comment below. What else can you do on YouTube? Subscribe. Oh, you can email us questions if you don't want to be like all public. I don't know why you wouldn't. Not like there's.
I don't think anybody will ask us a question too bad where it'd have to be asked.
Yeah, well, if you really want to, you can email us at podcast@thegamefanatics.com. You can follow me on Twitter at TGF_KirbyLink. Breezy has a long-standing history of not wanting to be followed anywhere.
Yeah, I don't. Okay, I'm gonna explain this to you for now.
No. No.
I'm gonna explain it.
In 2 sentences.
I don't talk that much.
Okay.
I don't have a smartphone.
Perfect. Thank you. Yeah, we'll catch you next time with something maybe less old about VCRs and well, we did talk about Pacific Rim a little, so that's kind of
Yeah. Do 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 do. This is the
and
outro song.
and remember to check out the site for more up to the minute news. See ya next time, whenever that is.
Yep.